Our text would be from Deuteronomy chapter 30, verses 19 and 20. Deuteronomy 30, verses 19 and 20. So we will be thinking about the right choice. But just for a little review of this book, I will give you the date it was written, but I'll tell you something about the book in that the Israelite people were camped near the Jordan, or the east of the Jordan River. And they were about to go into the promised land, the land of Canaan. Now, they were a completely new generation. So many of them were not around early to know the trials and struggles of their ancestors for 40 years in that wilderness and everything else. Some of them, they just heard of all these things. But one of the things that Moses, God's servant, stressed to the young generation that was going to inherit the land: the faithfulness of God. But even as he stressed the faithfulness of God, he stressed the unfaithfulness of the people. So mankind, Israel's unfaithfulness, but God's faithfulness. And he stressed. And he asked the people who will be entering the land not to make the mistakes that their parents made by failing to honor God. These advice could echo even up to the day for many of us, because remember, there's a lot of young people that are making the same mistake that their parents made. Moses was especially speaking to the people about God. He said, in everything, God was faithful. But the nation of Israel, they were unfaithful. Now you're going to inherit the land. But all that I said, don't and don't and don't do. Remember the faithfulness of God. And don't forget that. And I think that we should also remember all today the faithfulness of God. Now our text, Deuteronomy 30, 19 and 20. I'll read it to your hearing, then we will get into the message. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. Many times, for all of us, we are brought to a place, where decisions must be made. God has given us power, the power of choice. And this power can be used either in the right way or it can be used the wrong way. The majority of people around us are making wrong decisions. And even among many are professing Christians. Many put their own ideas, their whims and their fancies before God. And many times you don't take time to consider the end. You just put these things first and forget the end. But it will be hard for us to make the wrong decisions now and expect everything to work out well at the end. It don't go like that. So Moses speaking to, in his day, to that generation, says, I'm giving you a warning, but I have to have a witness. I call upon heaven, and I call upon earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursings. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So God not only tells us that He set before us life and death, blessings and cursing, but He advised all, choose life. And He said that blessings will be upon you and your seed because of the choice you make. It is hard many times. All of us have families. And there are some people who they don't have any time for God. In families. They don't have any time for church. They don't have any time for prayer. But they have time for every other thing. And many times when something happens among them, or to them, they want to call us out of our program now. Come by me, come by me, come by me. So you have to leave your church. You have to leave your prayer groups that you will be a part of just to run to them now. The question is all the time that you have. That you were free to go. You're well. You were enjoying life. How come you didn't make time to serve God? You didn't make time for nothing religious. But now that you have your little difficulty, I have to leave all that I have religious to run to you. Now let me say this. A lot of us may find it strange. On Sunday morning, my first response is, once in the family, is to get ready to come to church. When our children were small, they know Sunday morning is church. So we didn't want any guests coming to our home. And when it's Sunday morning, we would tell us, I'm tired of sleeping. So I come into church, my wife come into church, children come into church, and leave you home sleeping. It's better you don't come by our house. Because since we are a people that go to worship God, when you come by us, remember we go to worship God. So get yourself fixed that you should go worship with us. Otherwise, if you don't have the time, come after church when we finish. But don't come, we leave you home and we go to church. And you just fidgeting around our house. That's one way my wife and I had a lot of family. So you know what some of them did? They stayed up. Didn't bother us and one us. But we are a people that worship our God. And you know Sunday is a day for worship. You want to come, but you want to stay and relax while we in church worship. No. I'm in church worshiping, you're at home relaxing, baby. Let's go to church. We're not walking with it. We don't have a donkey yet, we have a car. We put you sit down and drive you. Come. So you have to have some kind of standard. If you don't have a firm grip on what you believe and what you'll do, people just swing you around as they were like. But Moses told the people early, choose life and blessings that will you and your seed may live. You and your generation will be blessed because of the choice you make today. It is very important that we follow these advice even in the time that we live. Because as we look down in the verse, what we find is that that was the time of the law. But they're not really falling back, thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. But it was showing the importance of obedience. Obedience was very important then, and obedience is very important now. The Bible tells all of us, especially the children of God, do not forsake the assembling of yourself together. Do not forsake that. Some may take it slight, some take it seriously. But whatever God tells us, don't forsake. Take it seriously. So the assembling of myself together. When you have Sunday morning, if you're not sick, people know to find me. They may say quite well, he gone to church. People who are even interested in me, they know quite well. Sunday morning, they go to church. Wednesday night, they go to church. They live nearby, they're watching our pattern. We got to give these things some priority in our life. Our church. But why we do it too? Moses say, as in advice, that thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. So God made a promise a long time ago to bless Abraham with the land, Isaac, Jacob, heirs, all with the land. And finally, God is true to his promise. Many generations came and go. At the same time, this generation now is the one going to inherit what the promise. They're ready for it. And therefore they had to be advised. Every day, we have to make decisions. Not only on how we do business, how we live in our community, and what we do in schools and everything else. What we do in regards to our God. We live in an age today where some of the best sports comes off on Sundays. And most of the program starts in the morning. So they will want to give you a prominent part in their sport. You're playing a very important part. But you have to leave your church. You have to leave your worship. You have to be there. They're making no allowance to say, well, you go to church. After church, join us. Sometimes you just have to ignore them. You have to decide for your own self who you love. I want to be popular with the sport, or I want to be out of it. So, question we must decide for ourselves. But there are some people who don't take God's business seriously. Therefore, they want to be in everything. It can't be like that. We have to set some lines of demarcation. I will not be a part of it. I'll not be. In my own family, they love to have family days. And every family day comes off Sunday. Now I had 2 services at the time, going to Rich Plain plus week. And I get invitations all the time bombarding me. Come, family day. Come to family day, family day. In the Savannah, or this place, that place. They rent a big place, got a family day. And one person they sure they were missing a Sunday was me. I couldn't leave my church, leave the responsibility that I have to go to a family shop. Because here I am. No, they're here with me anyway. I say all of this to tell you that every one of us have to make a choice all the time, because how to make choices all the time, because we are bombarded. And there are people who give us lovely, they invite us nice ways, subtle ways that we should leave what we have up to them. No, 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 no. If I worship, I worship. You are making me leave my worship and follow you because this is that. And you know this question of Mr. this and Mr. that. Sometimes it's a politician and they come to talk to you so nice. Oh, and they want you to leave your business and follow them along the place to. No, 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 not me. I can follow you, but when I'm finished with what I have to do. I don't want your company so important that I was leave out my worship, leave out praising my God just to be in your friendship. No way. I don't want that. But then there are many people also who are deceived by false teachers. Because what the false teachers tell you, you may do this, you may do that, because this will look so bad, this will look so bad, do this, do that. It is all right. Well, that's the job of false teachers anyway. The question is, when we stand before God, God tells you, do not. A false teacher persuades you, do. The question is, who you believe. Many times the false teacher is very persuasive. But we have to give an account to somebody for leading people astray. And the final account we have to give will be to God. None of us will get away from leading people deliberately influencing people to make wrong choices and feel that we win the battle. We win here for a while, but we got to give an account to God. Our Lord's command to us, or Jesus telling us like this, if you love me, keep my commandments. We are in a day of grace, and therefore we are not looking for works of law, but by faith in Christ. Our faith is hinged on the faithfulness of Christ. And therefore we have to. You see, you love me, keep my commandments. You don't have the power to turn away as a well. All the temptations around us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters how we deal with our God. Regardless of what other people say. It matters how we deal with our God. Because we'll come to a point one day, as all flesh do, when we have to give an account to God. And what the Bible tells us clearly, we shall all give an account of our stewardship. That is our life here on this earth. All those who keep making confusion and creating trouble and creating all kind of ills, and some even getting away with it because they're so skillful at it and hurting people. They feel they're heroes now because they look like they always win. They always win. They might even go to court and win. When we stand before God, we wouldn't have that. We will not have that because God is God. And all wrong, He will take care of that. You may find you're a winner here, but you're a loser out there. And there are some people, oh boy, they're winning right wrong. But there is something called the right choice. And you know, for those of us who, young men, you know, when you're young, and you see, you go to functions, of course you meet nice young ladies, you fall in love, as you say. Well, you fall in love. So you visit her home. She may visit your home too. But you know something, you know what, after time, what the family expect you to do? Make a choice. You love her? One fellow told me, the mother asked him about the daughter that he was coming to. He told her that he wanted them to be good friends. Now he's going to the girl's home, talking to the girl mother, and hear each other. He wants he and the girl to be good friends. The mother listened to him attentively. The mother told him, marry to her and you will be friends forever. You know how nice the mother put it across? You want to be good friends? I have no trouble with that. You marry to her and you will be friends forever. Well, he said to me that he really didn't have marriage in mind. Now that girl has only brothers. She had 7 brothers. One of the brothers put him aside and had a long talk with him. He made a choice that he never thought he could make. I'll marry. How are you? Is your happy? Mother talked to him, married her, you're friends forever. You want to be friends, so much friends. The brother talked to you after. Pull you aside and talk to you, man to man. He married it with ease. Never, not a word again. So you know, all of us who love, you have to make a choice. I had to make a choice one day when I saw this lovely young lady. Make a choice. Well, the choice was really hard for me. Well, you know what you want, you don't have a trouble. When your eye long, you want everything you see, you have trouble. Then we had to make a choice for God. When we accept our first pastorate, you know our salary was? If we talk about salary, $140 a month. 72. They paid for, they rented a house like this, we live in it, and that was our salary. Then we argue about salary, we never even worry about that. And we just went there to do a task. A little old wooden church, a little latrine in the back of the church, and that's where we were. We didn't never worry. My wife had 2 children, and she was always a well-dressed lady. Well, of course, I dress well too, because we learned that we come from a church that dress well, Valley, and of course my wife came there dressing. We pastored there. After a while, the church became full, because the church had 50 years in existence. And a lot of people were leaving all over the place. And now that they heard they had a pastor, they said, he was a young boy. Well, I was 26. I know how boy that is. But that was a choice we had to make. And then a day came when blessings come. The church started getting money, this and that, and money lost. You find a lot of trouble I got for that out of one brother who was a loving soul. You know what I discovered? I learned from that. There are some people in churches that love nobody. They love themselves. And you know what they love? Money. They don't care about anybody. They love money and themselves. But those who God blessed to serve, He will always have you serving a church. I started out quite a long time ago. You see why I still serve it? That's how God will have it. You make a choice to follow God, God will open a way for you to follow. When my wife started this little school, what do you have? A little building at the back? She Beside the school, two students she had, and she teaching. That's it. But the little course she took, of course, had. It had those who wanted to close her down. They complained to the ministry. And when they came, of course, investigate, they realized that she has some training. So she said that one told an officer that you're far more qualified than those who complain against you. 35 years passed, and the school is still on here. But look how it stands. You think we make great money out of the school? We have a lot of bad paid people in the school. They want their children to come, get education, and do everything, but they ain't paying. When they're going to pay, they can't pay. But the children can come. My wife suffered that. Then my daughter come. You think she suffered the same thing? So you meet all these things. And what is sad about it, some of the same people go to the church, and they're praying too bad, and they love God too bad, and they're trembling with Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. If God was like, man, they're dead. Mockery. You can't be stealing from somebody on one side, cheating them on another side, and running and get Holy Ghost over it. God works it. But we have it around us. But let me tell you, we had to make choices. Now, young people, you have to make some serious choices. Especially in your times. The choice, you see manners. When we were small, my family emphasized good manners. Well, I don't know if it had because that means they had bad manners. When they're talking, I couldn't be present in watching in their faces. No way. And when they give me a command, an instruction, I obey. And I have to know to talk to my neighbor, good morning, good evening, because that's how from home. When I go to school, I have to be respectful to the teacher. That's home instruction. So no way teacher come in and say, I was disrespectful to him and I win the case. No way. Once the teacher comes like that, I lost. So, listen, you find a lot today who don't know some things about manners. They go to school and they feel, of course, there's a lot already. They act in a certain way. And of course, the teacher might not be disciplining in terms of beating. And you feel that you're better than the teacher, or you're no more than the teacher. So what the teacher do? They ignore you. They're not supposed to really ignore you, but they ignore you because they watch you. And you come, and you go tell your parents come again and attack the teacher. All of us had to hold our children. Insist that they do the right thing. And insist that any respect, they have to show respect to the teacher at all times. And then you pick it up. Go and inquire. After a while, once you go in and keep it in touch, you know what happens? Your children will get straight. And then if you have to discipline them in front of everybody, embarrass them that it was learn to respect, they will learn. But if you leave them, they do what they want. And some do quite well. You know, this is the trouble in our society. It is not so many old men. Old men giving trouble is true. But the guns that are shooting off here is young men, young people. They are the ones shooting the guns.